us now on the phone is the mayor of Middletown, New York, Joseph DeStefano. Mayor DeStefano, what do we know right now? What can you tell us that we haven't heard?
Well, I've been listening to you right now. The biggest part for the city of Middletown's role in this is as a support service for on the scene with the state police. You know, it's the reunification center has been set up inside the city at SUNY Orange College, and so Middletown Police will be coordinating there. But it's the same information. You have 6 buses. One went off the road from Farmingdale. All the same thing. I hear all the kids on the one bus that was in the accident have been transported or in the process of being transported to the hospital. I believe all have been. The reports that I have, 1 dead, and 5 critical. But that could change very quickly from what I'm being told.
Right, and certainly many more numerous injuries from that bus, just based on the fact that we're looking at that rollover. In that area, and this is right near where you are, right near exit 15, I believe, near Middletown.
Yes. Just on the outskirts of the city.
Just on the outskirts of the city. Is there anything you could tell us about that roadway there, whether there have been previous problems, or whether when our chopper pulled out earlier, it looked like a straight shot to me where the roadway was, that there was no big bend, but I certainly am familiar with I-84 from time to time, and it does have its bends in the road. Has there ever been any trouble based on the nature of the road itself?
84, most of the trouble in 84 is it's heavy truck traffic on the road. There are several closures on the road, but I don't believe in that section that there's any winding bends. As you get closer towards Port Jervis, then you're going up into the mountain, and it's more a little winding. But in that area there, you do have a ravine between the 2 highways where the bus did go down, between the east and west side. But from the information I have where the bus went down is that it's not really a hazardous area, but there is a lot of truck traffic on that road going from Pennsylvania into New York and vice versa.
And we should point out that when you say there's truck traffic, this is only a 2-lane roadway, so sometimes that can get a little cramped, correct?
Yes, 2 lanes in each direction, yes.
2 lanes in each direction. And let me ask you, on this particular roadway, I see what you mean. Also, if you can also tell us from what you know, have there ever been any serious accidents along this strip?
Oh, yes. The Middletown, Walk Hill, way beyond the area, going all the way towards Port Jervis, too, have been several. But between the state line and Port and Newburgh, it's a pretty rugged road. It's and as I said, the most of it, from my understanding over the years, has been associated with truck traffic. Not saying that it had anything to do with this, but it is a busy road and with a lot of tractor trailers on it.
I would imagine it's a 65 mile an hour speed limit. Is that correct, or was it lower?
That's correct.
65 miles an hour, so many people go 10 miles over the speed limit, so that bus had to be moving along, correct?
Yeah, I don't want to draw any conclusions on the speed, but all I know is that we're saying prayers for the families and for the children, and we do have the Family Assistance Center set up here at SUNY Orange in Middletown, and Middletown Police are coordinating there, but the lead agency on this is State Police.
Tell us that again. Where is this Family Assistance Center?
It's at the community college in the city of Middletown on South Street.
Okay, and would it be fair to say that family members could go to that location to get more information?
Yes, they can, and they can contact the Middletown Police Station too at 845-343-3151, and they can give them some directions.
All right, that's good information. But as far as you know right now, in terms of the response to this, I would imagine this was an all-hands-on-deck situation for all your first responders?
It is in the whole region, the whole county. There are hundreds of emergency personnel on the scene, fire departments. Middletown does have a combined paid department also, but police, fire, emergency responders all on the scene, and the area is heavily saturated with emergency responders and investigators, of course.
Aside from that one emergency response center where you're saying family members could go to, was there any others that you were aware of?
No, my understanding is that the other 5 busloads are planning to go back to Long Island this evening.
Oh, they're planning to go back. I would imagine they're on the roadway right there, right now.
Yeah, and I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I was told. And that the Family Unification Center is set up for the bus that was actually in the accident, and the families or anyone else who needs to respond to that scene, dealing with a potential person on one of the buses.
But you don't have any information as to when or where those buses might be taken off the road. I just have to ask you that question too, is where, with all this traffic that's not on I-84, where does it get diverted to?
Well, it can be diverted around the exit there and onto Route 6 and go down into Port Jervis, which it's a two-lane road then. But I understand traffic is pretty well backed up across the county already going westbound. I don't know about the eastbound traffic. But Route 6 would be the alternate route, or Mount Hope Road. There are a few side roads, but they are, just Mount Hope Road's a country road. It's not not a main highway, but Route 6 is a state highway, two-lane though, not four-lane road.
So I'd imagine that the most important message you have for people is to stay away from the area altogether.
Stay away from the scene, stay away from the area. If you have alternate ways to get home tonight from a different direction, I would stay away from the 84-6 corridor and say a prayer for the families.
Say a prayer for families is great information. I have to ask you one more thing, Mayor Joe DiStefano. Have you gotten any indication from the first responders, perhaps from your police department, as to what may have caused this?
I have not, and the Middletown police are not the lead on it.
Right, but sometimes the first responders on the scene do have information just based on what they've seen.
I would not preempt any of them. There's rumors going around, but I don't think it would be appropriate for me to take a guess at that.
No, and from what you're hearing, but you can't confirm, but you had information that said that perhaps the other 5 buses may be heading back to Farmingdale tonight.
That is what I've been told, yes.
That's what you've been told.
I don't know if they have left yet, but their plan is to go back this evening.
All right, Mayor Joe DiStefano, thank you so much. Mike Capo, if you...
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.